Hey everyone! Well, we're here. We're back, and today we're doing another anti-MLM video, and the MLM we'll be talking about today is It Works. Today we have an opportunity call. I feel like I've not done an opportunity call in a little bit, so I figured let's do another one. And just as a refresher, opportunity calls are usually when individuals and MLMs will talk about what a wonderful, amazing opportunity it is to join the MLM. They will record these videos, put them on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, send them privately to people who they are trying to get join the business, and just tell them how awesome they are. Usually, opportunity calls always include personal stories, why the MLM is just so amazing and such a wonderful opportunity and so fun. And usually in these opportunity calls, it is very rare if they even mention what the job actually entails, like what you're going to do at all. They just want to tell you it's an amazing opportunity that you cannot miss. Normally, I blind react to these videos just because I like it. That way, I usually will get a general idea of what the video is about and then react to it because that's just the way that I like to do it. Now, with this video in particular, as I'm watching it to see if it's worth reacting to, I'm noticing that they're not saying the name of the MLM. It's not in the title of the video, and I'm trying to listen. I may have missed it, so going through it a second time, we may catch it. But I wasn't sure which MLM this was for. And so I'm like, that's really weird. You think in an opportunity video, they would at least mention the name of the company. So I had to look up the host of this video and go to her Instagram. It's not in her Instagram bio. She has a link tree, so I went to her link tree. Wasn't in that as well. So I'm like, okay. I looked through her like couple photos, didn't notice anything. It wasn't until I went to her Instagram story and I noticed she had the skinny brew tea. She was talking about that, and I'm like, it works. So for me, if you're so proud of a company, if it's your business, why are they trying to hide it? Why do they never say what it is? If they're so excited about it, it's changed their lives, it's the best thing that's ever happened to them, say the name. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you really, really like it, please subscribe. Make sure to check out my description for all my fun links. Links to my Poshmark, Patreon, social medias are always linked below. And with all of that said, let's get started.
All right, we are recording. Hi, everyone. We're so excited for this opportunity call that we are going to be doing here really quickly. This is honestly, you guys, such an awesome opportunity. And I have my good friend with me. Let's just go ahead and just tell them each a little bit about us, and then we'll kind of dive into what the business is, what it takes to get started.
Wouldn't be an opportunity call if we didn't hear about the personal story. They want to break that fourth wall and feel connected to the viewer who is watching. Like, I'm a real person. This really happened to me.
And all that good stuff. So my name's, for those of you who don't know me, and I got started with the business almost 6 years ago.
See, she just calls it the business. I mean, I can only assume, I'm going to make an assumption that when they're sending this opportunity call to a potential recruit, that they've told them what the name of the business is, that they told them what the name of the company is, and that the person is aware that it works. Unless they don't, and they're trying to create this FOMO around the idea, which is also more than likely true. I mean, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt that whoever they're sending this to, they are aware that it works, and that they're not just sending this out blindly and trying to create a wonderful picture surrounding the company before disclosing what the company actually is and what you actually have to do.
Struggling nursing student, just trying to pay the bills. I was living on my own, paying for school on my own. I had $30,000 in student loan debt. I had credit card debt. And, I was just looking for something, honestly, to help with my health, because I gained a bunch of weight in school. And I was just looking for something to help me get out of credit card debt, because I was working 2 jobs as it was, and I couldn't put any more hours into my waitressing jobs because of school, and I just wasn't making enough money. And so I said yes to this opportunity. Not really thinking that it would work. I was very skeptical. I came from a small town, had no sales experience. And so I kind of just jumped in and was like, hey, what's the worst that's going to happen? If it doesn't work, my life stays the same. But if it does work, man, I could get healthier and make more money. So I jumped in, and about 8 months into the business, I matched my nursing salary. 2 years into the business, I ended up retiring from nursing. And so I do this business full time from home now. It's been the biggest blessing for my family. I've been able to travel, give back, pay off debt, do all the things. And it's just been an awesome opportunity to just grow as a person and to just really focus on my health while helping other people. So that's a little bit about me. Have you share a little bit about your story and how you got started and who you are?
All right. Well, hi, you guys. I actually started this about 2 years ago. I was a personal banker, working over 60 hours a week, still living paycheck to paycheck. And I had myself a lot of credit card debt that I accrued as a teenager. Don't recommend doing that. But I had a lot of credit card debt myself. And I just remember like constantly being at the bank and thinking like, this cannot be real life. I was waking up every day, struggling just to get to work. And I hated missing out on so much time with my daughter, who went to bed really early as it was, constantly also paying like $1,700 a month in daycare and only making like $1,900 as a personal banker a month. So, or every paycheck. It was just, it wasn't worth it.
I mean, definitely daycare is very, very expensive. But so she's saying she made 1,900 every 2 weeks. So she made $3,800 a month, which is really, really good. Like that's really good. That's livable. You can live off of that because what is that yearly? I mean, again, we're gonna take that pre-tax. Oop, he can not see what I'm doing. Times 12. 45,000. That's average. That's about, and it depends on where she lives. I don't know where she lives. You can definitely live off of that, no problem. But of course, when most of that is going towards daycare, I can understand the frustration. But again, that that is some people's reality. That just is, that just is what it is. And it's they create, whether they mean to or not, and this is a big thing that I really don't like, is they create mom guilt. It's like, oh, you're not home with your kid. Oh, they're at daycare. That must suck. Like, oh God, you can't be a real mom. Like, you're showing your child at a young age what hard work is when you're doing that. Yeah, I know they don't understand when they're young, but when they're older, they will look back and be like, my mom worked so hard. She did everything she could to provide for me. And I think kids, when they grow up, they respect that and they understand that. It's hard as a kid, as a baby, and as a young child. I totally get that. But it's like they're creating this mom guilt of like, oh, you're not home. And so they almost like are putting it in their mind that they have to be home in order to be there for your kid, which is not true. I mean, if she's a banker, then I'm going to make an assumption that she had weekends off, at least Sunday off for sure, and she gets to spend all day with her daughter. She gets to create memories with her, and that's very special. You don't have to be home with your child every second of every day to be a good parent, and that is what MLMs push, is that you have to be a stay-at-home mom and with your kid all the time for you to come off as a good mom. And I don't like that. I know a lot of parents out there don't like that. Being home all the time can be a negative thing for some parents, and they need to get out and they need to work outside the house, whether it be for necessity or for their sanity. Sometimes it's good to work a normal job. That's why they exist. But for them, it's like, oh, you work a normal job, and you're a mom. Wow, you must be miserable because you can't be around your baby 24/7. I'm not saying that like people don't want to be around their kids 24/7, because plenty of moms and dads stay home and take care of their kids. But it's just a big, big thing that they do in MLMs that really bothers me, is they create this idea that if you are not home with your kids, basically you are not a good parent.
I felt like it was a waste of my time. And I actually got started with this opportunity.
Making almost $4,000 a month is a waste of your time? Absolutely not. No. I mean, sometimes I wonder if when certain people are approached to join an MLM and, maybe they were having doubts about their job, but maybe some weren't. But then, good salespeople who are there to recruit are able to put that idea in their head that they are unhappy with their job and they shouldn't work this corporate America 9 to 5. That's the real problem. That's where you are, slaving away for nothing. And it's like, at least you're promised a paycheck. If you leave and you join an MLM, you are not promised a paycheck. That's scary. That's more scary.
Just because I wanted extra money for the things that I couldn't afford. My wedding, for example, was one of them. I wanted extra money for my wedding when I was getting married, and I wanted extra money for things that were going wrong. A lot of people don't have $500 in their account just to cover an emergency expense, and that was me. I was not able to cover like when our basement flooded, and that's something I wanted to be able to do without having to think twice about it. Our cars were constantly breaking down, and this opportunity was just really able to give me all of that and so much more. Within 5 months of working this business, I was able to quit my full-time banking job and work full-time from home, which has been such a huge blessing because not only am I saving a buttload of money on daycare expenses, but I get to raise my daughter the way I want to raise her without paying someone else to do that as well. So, and then this has paid for my wedding in terms of like our photographer and our DJ. It paid for that part of catering. And I have been doing this 2 years now. I'm still working full-time from home. And my goal is to help other women like myself, other mamas out there who are really struggling and just wanting more in their life.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So, what I want you guys to take away from our stories is that we both have separate, different lifestyles, but both of us were very busy people when we said yes to this. From full time college student working 2 jobs to full time mama working full time as a banker. Like a lot of times people will say, I don't have the time to fit this in. And I'm excited for us to kind of dig deeper to just talk about like, how can you make this work for your lifestyle? And let's just talk about how this is a lifestyle based business. So, this isn't like a normal job that you're clocking in and out of. This is something that you're doing on the go. This is
Right. This is something that instead of clocking in and clocking out, and when you clock out, you get to put that part of your life away and go home and deal with that part of your life. No, this is a business that you work all the time, basically 24/7. You have no off days. You are constantly contacting people. You are constantly posting on social media. You are constantly needing to buy the products to say how wonderful and amazing they are. And there is no clocking out in an MLM. So it is constantly, 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 always MLM time. At least when you get to clock out of work, you get to clock out of work, which sounds really nice compared to never clocking out, never having a moment. Every moment is MLM time. Every moment is a good time to try and recruit someone into the MLM and say what a wonderful, amazing opportunity this is. Like the other woman in this call, like she is having to record an opportunity call with this woman instead of being with her daughter. It's clearly nighttime. I'm going to assume they're around the same time zone. We'll just make that assumption. Either way, it's at least like afternoon, like dinner time. So instead of being with her daughter at night and taking care of her, feeding her dinner, bath time, playtime, it's opportunity call time.
something you're doing literally when you're done with the gym in the car right now. You're doing this in the 5 to 10 minute spurts throughout your day that you have downtime. So for instance, for me, when I was working and going to school, when I was walking to class on my phone anyways, I was being productive, posting on social media. Or if I had a bathroom break or a lunch break at work, I would be on my phone anyways, scrolling on social media normally, but I would use that time now to build a business. And so You know, a lot of what we do in this business, if you want to just kind of talk about like what it is like an influencer does, like what does our daily to day stuff look like for people?
She she said it. She said that they're an influencer. You are not an influencer. You are a salesperson for It Works. You bought in to work for It Works. Products that influencers get most of the time are free, and they promote it because they want to, or they promote it because they are paid to promote it and they got the item sent for free. In MLMs, you not only buy in to work for this business, you purchase the products yourself. Yes, you get a discount, but then you're trying to sell it to other people and recruit people. Also, influencers, as far as I know, when they're advertising, what's a good thing? Those anxiety blankets. I know I saw those going around for a while. They weren't trying to recruit people to work for the company that sells the anxiety blankets. So they're not trying to recruit anyone. You're not an influencer. You're just not. As much as they want to believe that they are influencers, and that's a good way to put it, they're just salespeople.
They're like, well, what do you actually do? How do you find people?
Yeah, and I love that question because, I think there's a big misconception about what we do. Honestly, we have fun, you guys.
There's a big misconception of what you do because you guys make it that way. You guys portray yourself as influencers and as something different than just people who bought a starter kit and are selling the product for an MLM, mainly trying to recruit people into an MLM. So you are misleading people in what you actually do.
Literally, we just share our life. I mean, as you see, was at the gym, and literally on her story she posts about how she's at the gym. She posts about her lifestyle. I post about like even some low carb recipes that I'm recently doing. I post about my family and that I love cats and I love dogs.
Right, but are you getting paid for these posts? Are these posts bringing you money? Is It Works paying you per post that you post? I don't think so.
But I also post about living a healthier lifestyle. And in terms of our products, like I have not drank regular cup of coffee or Starbucks in over 2 years because with our coffee, I would never want to go back. This helped me lose 47 pounds and I loved the taste. Literally, like I love the taste of both of our coffees and there's just nothing better. So I share that. I share what I'm passionate about. I share like my Ray Dunn collection. And that's really what it is about, is just being yourself and showing people who you are as a person, your lifestyle. And really with this business, you're just implementing a healthier product line into your life. If you're someone who drinks regular coffee, simple swap out. You can swap for our coffee. If you like multivitamins, guess what? We have that too. If you like gummies, we got that too. So it's really just about incorporating what.
And again, like I said at the beginning of the video, she's just naming generic products. Like we have coffee, and coffee is kind of the whole reason I assumed this was It Works, because I know that's like their big thing, but other MLMs can have that too. And vitamins, multivitamins, we've heard that before of many other health related MLMs. So it's like you're not saying the name of the company, you're just naming generic products and saying they're so amazing and they're overpriced.
We have to offer into your everyday life and sharing that on social media, because that is what an influencer does. We influence other people. We're also very positive. So you're going to see a lot of positive content on our pages, but really that is what we do on a day-to-day basis. Is we reach out to new people. We get to build relationships. And that's what I've loved so much about joining this business, is I've met so many of my best friends just by doing this.
Yeah. I love it. And it's so true about like what you're talking about with just being yourself, sharing, which a lot of you guys that are on social media, you're already sharing things that you're interested in. You're sharing your life already. But once you start, incorporating posts here and there about the products or about the business opportunity, you're going to influence people to try them, just like you're influencing people right now and you have no clue. Every time you post about Starbucks or every time you post
this is something I should have added in my intro that they mention in all opportunity calls or even team calls is you're already doing this. You're already social selling. You're already recommending something to people. This is something you do already, so might as well get paid for it. There is such a difference. There is such a difference. If you are someone in an MLM trying to get someone to buy skinny coffee, it's going to come off. I mean, maybe you're being authentic and maybe you genuinely really like the product and you are being genuine about it and selling it, but you get a commission off of it. So of course you're going to push it a lot harder than if you were to just post on social media and say, I really like Starbucks' new pumpkin spice latte. Not that that's new, but, or I'm excited that pumpkin spice latte season is back, and you're just sharing that. You're just saying that. You're not expecting to get paid by Starbucks. You don't care if you get paid by Starbucks. You're just maybe reminding people that, hey, just letting you guys know, it's out. But in MLM, they're like, hey, we have pumpkin spice coffee, and it's like, oh, cool. It's like, well, do you want to know about it? Do you want to know about the opportunity? Do you want to know about what I do? And it's like, no, I'll just look at the person who told me Starbucks has it because they're not trying to sell me anything. They're just basically reminding me and letting me know that they like it. It's so much more authentic when you're not selling it, when you're not paid to sell it. And again, people who are paid to sell things can be authentic. But there is that level of something. When you are paid for something, you're going to push it a little bit more and clearly talk about it a lot. It's like, oh, you work for that company. But they're just like, no, you just talk about it. And it's like, yeah, but you talk about it every single day. People who recommend Starbucks or movies or TV shows or books, they probably mention it once, maybe a couple more times. That's it. Because they don't care. Because they just genuinely want to share it. There's no strings attached. When people on MLMs are recommending something, there are multiple strings attached because it's not just you buying the product. They're going to try and push the business opportunity onto you also. I really want to know who was the first person to bring this whole social selling, like it's the same thing as recommending a movie or Starbucks to people, because it seems like every single MLM has adopted that and grasped onto it and will not let it go. And it must work because they talk about it all the time. And I assume that it works on some people. They're probably like, have you ever recommended a movie to someone? Someone's like, yeah, I have. And they're like, it's like that. And so it's like you're, I guess, relating to people in that way. And it's sad because it's not the same thing. It's nowhere near the same thing. And whoever said it, whoever was the first to say it, I guess good for you, because now every single MLM has adopted that phrase.
Oh, Taco Bell. Someone's going to see that post and be like, ooh, I'm hungry for tacos. And then you just influence them to go to Taco Bell and buy tacos and you didn't even know it. So I love that you explained it like that. So good.
That's what advertisements are. I mean, have you ever seen an advertisement? And I get that that is what MLMs do, is like they are the advertisements for the MLM. But that's the thing, is that when you recommend a movie or a restaurant or something, the restaurant and the movies, they don't care. They are not dependent on you to speak about their products because they are paying a lot of money, I assume millions, to create advertisements, to put billboards out there, to put, logos everywhere. They don't need other people to recommend the stuff. It is nice, but they don't need to do that because they spend hundreds of millions of dollars a year to advertise their business. MLMs, people buy in to advertise their business. So, two different things for sure.
And one thing I think a lot of people struggle with before starting this is they're like, well, I don't know enough people, or I come from a small town. I struggled kind of with that fear before I joined. And I will tell you, it is so awesome that social media, number one, social media is an entirely free platform that you can connect with people all over the world. Okay. And we're actually in 20 plus countries. And so, I have customers in France and Canada, all over the world, Spain, Australia. And there's people and ways to, add new friends into your market, connect with other people like you, just like saying, she, really focuses on adding new moms and finding moms that are on different pages, and we'll teach you how to grow your market. But you're always going to have new people on your page, seeing your posts, connecting with you and seeing your products. And so that's how you're going to always have an evolving business, because you're going to learn how to build your business and how to build your following and friends lists and stuff like that. So let's just talk about really quickly, you know, right now it's $49 to launch. Okay. Starting a brand new business is scary. You don't know if you're going to be successful before you really do anything new. But I can tell you that if you're launching right now, you're going to start for half off. It's $49. You're going to get 21 coffee or tea samples that you can either use for yourself or sell them. A lot of people go and sell those samples and make $140 right away. Or you can use them for yourself. And then you're also going to be able to unlock $150 worth of free products. So if you have some of those goals and, you know, you're interested in improving your skin or your hair growth or weight loss or more energy, or maybe you need help sleeping, or you want to have lower stress levels, you know, you're going to be able to use the products and get a ton of products for free. And so
Sorry. I'm, I'm laughing because she said, you're going to be able to use the products. Of course you are. Like, it's just, I guess that comes off as a weird selling thing. It's like, this is your business. You're going to be able to use the products. Wow, that's so generous of the company to let me buy products and let me use them. I don't know why I found that funny.
you really have nothing to lose by launching.
Yes, you do. You have so much to lose. It's like, yeah, $50 right there. I mean, that can go towards something else. And it's never just the $50. It's so much more because they want you to be like, oh, well, you should try this. And, you know, do you have problems with anxiety or sleep? Then I would recommend this. And then you can tell people how amazing that is. So you have to purchase that. It's just more and more and more stuff. And you just get further and further and further in the hole. And you're not seeing this easy market that's out there. It's like social media is free. You can find people so easily. No. It's really, if it was that easy, then there'd be a lot more people successful. Speaking of, let's look at the income disclosure statement. So it seems that It Works only has their 2019 income disclosure statement out in the world, but just looking at this, it looks like 85.95% of customers, so 86% of people in the business actively made $48 a month, maybe. And then the next rank, which is executive, which is only 3% of people in the company made $240 a month, maybe. And then Ruby, it goes up a little bit. There's 6% of the company there, you guys, and they were making $349. So what, a little bit more. So the second most populated percentage of people in the company are making, we'll just take it, $349 a month, equaling $4,000 a year. Minus the $49, we'll just say that. $4,000. That's not livable. And it says it takes about 4 months to get there, but yet only 6% of the company is there. And then we have Emerald, which is 1.59% of the company, making $667 a month. And then Diamond, 1.49%, making $2,000 a month. So it seems like Diamond is where people, I guess, can make a livable income, but it all depends on how much they're buying, because maybe they're buying a lot. And then Double Diamond, which is less than 1% of the company, making that almost $4,500 a month. So just like in many, many, many MLMs, nobody makes money.
It's just a matter of having the courage to start, having a why to drive you to start, and then just being coachable. You know, you don't have to know anything to start this. That's what we're here for. That's what our team is here for, to guide you and teach you. We have all the steps of success to show you. As long as you're willing to learn, like you will start this and you will be successful if you have that mindset of, I'm willing to figure it out, you know? So why don't you just share when last, like, you know, maybe if there's someone on here or watching the replay and they're just like, well, I just don't know if I can do it. Like, I don't know if I can be successful, or maybe they're just overthinking it, or they're second guessing this whole thing. Like, what would you say to that person that's just kind of in a place of doubt of if they should do this?
First of all, I've had that exact same doubt. You guys, just a little bit of background on me. Like, I also thought I didn't have the experience or know enough people either. I had 190 friends on my Facebook, and I didn't even know how to share on my story. That is true. You can ask her. I didn't even have the Facebook app. I was using Safari. Okay, this is no joke. So if I can do this, literally anybody can do this. Really, like what Taylor was just saying, it honestly is about your why, the things that you want. I knew that I personally didn't want to stay broke. I grew up in a very, very poor household, like extremely poor. We're talking like food stamps. I've even lived in a shelter at one point, like very broke as a joke. And I knew what I wanted to run from. I knew that I never wanted to be in that situation. And as much as I love my husband, love him dearly, I also never ever want to be in a position to say my husband takes care of me. That's who I am as a person. So really it's up to you and like where you want to go. If you're someone who doesn't love your job right now, if you hate waking up in the morning like I did, then this is just more of a reason to give something different a try. Because at the end of the day, society has just warped our minds into thinking that 9 to 5 and living paycheck to paycheck is normal.
Yeah, and then what you guys are turning around doing is manipulating people into believing that they can be millionaires and make a ton of money. But then looking at the income disclosure statement, almost 90% of the company, actually, I think it was 90% of the company, is not making a livable income. It was like 1% of the company is making a livable, within reason, depending on where they live, income. Maybe.
And that should not be normal. That should not be a thing. You have so many other options. And with what we do, there's just no other network marketing company like us. You know, we have over 40 all natural plant-based products that range from so many different things like skincare, weight loss, just better nutrition in general.
Yeah, we've never heard that from any other MLM. If your MLM is like no other MLM, why have you not said the name? They have not said the name once. I'm pretty sure I have not heard it because I have been trying to actively listen to see if I hear them talk about It Works, but they haven't. They just talked about skincare, nutrition, better health, which Beachbody claims that they do, Q Sciences claims that they do, Arbonne claims that they do, Within Reason, Monat claims that they do. I think they have like something. Aren't they trying to get in the supplement world, or is that makeup? I don't know. They probably are. I'm sure there's other ones that I'm just overlooking. Oh, Herbalife claims that they do. So, sounds like you're not unique. And again, you haven't once in this entire call said the name of your company. And to me, that is such a red flag.
And there's just no other network marketing company that does what we do. We also have 20 years of experience. We have a celebrity doctor who collaborated with our company. Like, I can go on. We've been featured in Forbes. There's just no reason why you shouldn't get
A celebrity doctor that collaborated with your company. My guess is It Works paid them. I actually don't. I should look this up. Actually, I'm going to look this up really quickly. Hold on. So the celebrity doctor that she's talking about is Dr. Nassif, and he was on the show Botched. So that's a celebrity doctor. As if there's no way that It Works could have paid him to talk about their products. And also, just because you're in Forbes, again, that doesn't mean anything.
this a shot if you're already watching this video, because something a part of you is wanting more. A part of you needs more money or needs extra time with their family or needs to pay off debt. And that was my goal. That was goal. So if you're just worried about maybe what other people think or that you just can't do this, the only thing that is stopping you is trying. And if you just jump on in now, invest $49 into yourself, and also you would earn over $150 worth of free products after you start. So at the end of the day, it's really just you're basically investing 49 and you're going to get so much more back out of it, even if this business isn't for you.
So good. So good. So good. Well, whoever shared this video with you, just get back with them, ask questions. I mean, it does not hurt to dive deeper. If there's something that's still holding you back, definitely get with whoever sent you this video and just know that you can do hard things. You can do this and you can be successful. I don't care if you know a Sally Sue who tried one time and failed, like that does not decipher if you're going to be successful or not. Like I say this all the time, like there's people that fail out of nursing school all the time, but guess what? We still have nurses that are thriving. And so, you know, don't base your success off other people that you know that might have tried and failed. So I encourage you guys to jump out 49, get with whoever sent you this video. And we're so excited for all the people that are going to be launching. Thanks for hopping on with me. You're so awesome. And we will talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. It works, ladies. You know, the thing about these calls is that some of the advice that they give is really good advice. Like, I do agree, is don't measure your success or what you think you can do based off of other people. Like, if you want to start a business and you know someone that maybe it didn't work out for them, doesn't mean that it can't work out for you. But in network marketing, there is proof. There is income disclosure statements that show that it's not going to work. It's not. And even if you do get levels of success, literal levels, like of people underneath you, you are just only successful because there's a bunch of people underneath you. It's not just based off of the sales that you get. And to me, that would be a deal breaker. I don't want to be, so dependent to have 14 levels of people underneath me. It's like I'd rather create my own business, sell the product, and have, said that I sold 10,000 units of my product instead of saying I have 100 people underneath me. That is so much more rewarding. And knowing that the hard work that you could put towards an MLM, not ever saying that anyone in an MLM doesn't work hard. I believe so many people do and they try. That work that could be put towards the MLM can be put towards you building a business elsewhere, doing something else. That energy and that time can be put towards something else. And I feel like in these opportunity calls, the words are just it's just regurgitated. It's like, you could have the time freedom and you can have this and you can have this. You can send an It Works opportunity call to someone and a Q Sciences call to someone and a Color Street one and a Beachbody and a Monate and just take it out and they'd be like, is this all for the same company? And they just sell different products? Like, they would have no idea. You would just have no idea. And that's, again, red flag, very telling, all of the above, that MLMs are bad. Alright, you guys, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you really, really liked it, please subscribe. Make sure to check out my description for all my links if you'd love to join the Patreon family, which you will see them in just a few seconds. Make sure to check out my description below. And until my next video, I will see you guys then. Bye!